Sri Lankan President Anurakumara Dissanayake has declared a state of emergency to respond to the widespread devastation caused by Cyclone Ditwah as the death toll climbed to 123 with more casualties feared. According to disaster officials, at least 130 people remain missing across several districts affected by severe flooding, landslides and structural collapses triggered by the cyclone's passage. Search and rescue operations are continuing despite heavy rain, damaged road networks and prolonged disruptions to power and communication services. The declaration of emergency will issue special regulations to expedite relief, rescue and rehabilitation efforts. It also enables authorities to mobilize essential services. Landslides have been reported across several areas as continuous heavy rain triggers severe ground instability. India has expanded its emergency assistance under Operation Sagar Bandhu, a special aircraft carrying humanitarian aid received by the Sri Lankan Air Force early this morning with another flight due shortly. This follows relief already handed over by INS Vikrant and INS Udayagiri yesterday. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also expressed condolences and reaffirmed India's commitment to supporting Sri Lanka as conditions due to Cyclone Ditwah's impact deteriorate. Our Colombo correspondent Ahmed Moin Faruqi joins us with the latest on the impact of Cyclone Ditwah. Dr. Moin, of course, the cyclone has left widespread devastation in Sri Lanka and it has now passed the island nation. A word on what next is planned up for the rescue operations. Has power grid of Sri Lanka been affected? We saw these powerful visuals on our screens a while ago. Give us the latest.
Good day to all of you. But you see, the thing is that, of course, the cyclone has crossed the Sri Lankan land boundaries and it has exited earlier this afternoon. But the fact of the matter is that rains are still continuing in various parts of the island. In Colombo today, we are not having much rain. In fact, right now, you can see behind me, there's hardly any rain present here. But still in many parts in the northern part of the island, there are reports of rain which are still hitting hard in the island. In addition to that, the trouble is that for the last 3 to 4 days, there had been consistent and relentless rain which has caused loosening of ground in various places. This has resulted in several massive landslides, which will lead to further, crisis with regard to people getting stuck under the rubble, and so therefore the rescue as well as rehabilitation and relief measures will have to be strengthened further. So therefore, earlier today, President Dissanayake has announced a state of emergency, which will enable the government to ensure that the rescue, relief and rehabilitation can go ahead without wasting time, without waiting for any further approvals for the financial matters, so they can easily deploy the emergency manpower. While this is happening, I just have to add one more thing here, that the Indian assistance that has come today in the form of 2 aircrafts which brought about 21 tons of humanitarian assistance that has been handed over to the Sri Lankan forces. That is one. Secondly, the INS Vikrant and INS Udayagiri, they had handed over some assistance material yesterday. And today, the helicopters which were on board the INS Vikrant, they have already taken off. They are conducting sorties to help and identify and rescue people who are stuck in various distant and remote places. So this is a huge assistance in the form of the humanitarian aid that India has assisted through the Operation Sagar Bandhu. So these are very, very powerful statements that have been made by India with regard to extending its assistance at a time of crisis to Sri Lanka in the neighborhood. So several things are happening at the same time, while at the same time we have to also remember that the cyclone is now moving northwards towards the Indian eastern coast. So I'm sure although the relief and recovery would happen here, there will also be a trail of the devastation that has to be looked forward to, and of course, our Indian forces will definitely take care of. Indian authorities will take care of mitigation wherever possible in India. Tanvi.
Thank you very much for all those details. Ahmed Moin Faruqi reporting from Colombo, Sri Lanka.